Hola mis queridos, ¿cómo estás, mi amor Alicia? Hello my kittens, how are you? My name is Allison, and today we're playing Nancy Drew Labyrinth of Lies Collector's Edition. I am so excited, I am so glad to be making videos again. Oh my gosh, because seriously, the video that went up Thursday was such strenuous work. I don't think I've put so much work into a video in such a long time. And considering I have to do that again, it's just a random video that I thought would be a great idea. And it would actually be perfect for Special Olympics to use, considering AlpsU would probably love to have that as a great opportunity. Of course, I probably should re-record it, considering the angle of the camera is terrible. Anyway, today we are actually going to be doing a little sightseeing in the underworld. I'm actually really excited. I gotta stop saying I'm excited, because that is like literally the only thing I say when it comes to Nancy Drew games. I am biased. So, let me actually tell you what the difference is between Collector's Edition and the regular game real quick. Even though it is kinda lengthy, I tried to be as quick as I can, but I end up talking way too much. Basically, the difference between Collector's Edition and the regular game is if Nancy has a cell phone in the game, because all of the Collector's Edition is on that cell phone, unless it's something like a Shattered Medallion in this game, where the Collector's Edition goes a little bit more into it. I wish I still had my Shattered Medallion notes, but with Shattered Medallion, the Collector's Edition went into George's tablet, like you got more info on there, as well as the confessionals in the medical tent, and I think there were a couple of other things like concept art, and I think we get concept art here too. Yeah, bonus art, which basically means concept art. It's unfortunate, I've missed the bloopers, even though those were scripted. Basically all bloopers on the Nancy Drew games are scripted. Well, not all of them. Some of them are not scripted. Some of them really are bloopers, because I do know Gabriel Wolf has had some blooper moments. Man. Tomb of the Lost Queen. Still need to finish that. Anyway, see, this is what I get. This is what I mean. I get distracted. I digress. Anyway, what is normally on the cell phone for the Collector's Edition is basically mini-games, and those mini-games were used from previous Nancy Drew games, as well as phone charms. You also get random texts from a certain someone, and that certain someone is usually Ned Nickerson, Nancy's boyfriend, or as I like to call, romantic friend. The relationship title is a bit of a pet peeve of mine, basically because of the book series. Book series basically tosses around the relationship title, changes it quite often. It frustrates me. All the heck. In all honesty, and this is my opinion, don't take it to heart, I honestly think they should stick to romantic friend. And I'm not saying that Nancy and Ned should break up, I just think that the relationship title should change. Sometimes the certain someone on the random text isn't Ned Nickerson. If it isn't Ned, it's gonna be George, Fane, or Bess Marvin, her best friends, or it could be Frank or Joe Hardy, the Hardy brothers. Sorry, Hardy boys. I say Hardy brothers because they are brothers. I think they're twins, actually. I remember conversations of Frank saying he's a couple minutes older, which makes sense considering. Poor Joe. Alright, I'm digressing again. Anywho, that's right, I need to be using my keywords. Anywho and but. When I do anywho, I like to use the owl, because it sounds like an owl. Anywho. And but because not peaches, paprikas have butts. It's someone else that uses the peaches, and I'm trying not to imitate him. I kinda am though. I'm an imitator. I'm not a copycat like someone in this particular game, like we already found out. Anyway, with Nancy Drew, Her Interactive likes to update their game engine. And with that, I refer to the interface, the main menu, the display of it, and how everything is set up. It's just beautiful. I mean, look at this. See these, like, edged marks that you see right here? You think that these are mistakes, but they're not. It's actually showing you that this whole menu is actually a painting, not just an image that Her Interactive slapped on. This is supposed to be a painting. And what's really cool is that with this update of the interface, it comes with two new features. The update on the interface showed up with number 27, the Deadly Device, But the 2 new features that came with the update to the engine didn't happen until game number 28, Ghost of Thornton Hall. And those 2 new features, actually one of them ties into the achievement room, but the other feature is actually right here in the options, and that is the fast convo. I will actually show an example of how that works once we're in the video. And the other is in the awards, and it's actually connected to the spoiler-free achievement. And we already got the ticket agent, and now is to get all of the tickets done and printed. And well, actually no, the printed part was mandatory, but the rest of the tickets of like reserved and will calls and stuff like that, all of those were like extra credit kind of things, and that actually goes to the achievement here. I wanted to get that in early. So the spoiler-free achievement you actually need to complete by either doing the game on Master Detective, or you play the game on Amateur and you avoid the hint system that's on the task list. And I will basically show how that works once we're in the game. I am talking way too much now. So before we get into the game, I do want to mention 2 more things. Sorry, 3. I always say 2, but I end up saying 3. 1, Her Interactive bases all the Nancy Drew games off the Nancy Drew books, the book series, which started in 1930. And this particular game, Labyrinth of Lies, is based off the Greek symbol mystery. And I'm going to be repeating that title a couple of times throughout the video because from my research, I found 6 different copies, which means 5 different cover arts. The second thing is that with all of the games, until the current update of the engine, whenever you click New Game, you get 2 levels to choose from, Amateur and Master. With Amateur, you get regular puzzles, hints available, detailed task list. With Master, you get more challenging puzzles, no hints, and basic task list. Now, before game number 28, Ghost of Thornton Hall, basic task list meant no task list whatsoever. And that even includes no calls to your friends for hints. That's basically what it means by no hints. But now, with the update, there actually is a basic task list. It's pure and simple. It's not as detailed like it says on Amateur. And as usual, you do not need to call your friends. What's interesting though is that before game number 28, you would get a task list, but it would just have one thing on there, and it says, I'm a senior detective or master's detective. I don't need a task list. You check that off and you're done for the rest of the game. That's basically how it works. That is interesting on how they did that, but not anymore. I actually look forward to playing game number 28 and so on Master Sleuth, and those actually will be playlists when I play it next year. Or sorry, not next year, this year. Oh my gosh, it's January. Happy New Year, everyone. Oh my gosh, happy freaking New Year. It's 2020. We have another reason to say we're in the 20s. Oh boy. Okay. All right. And now, the last thing I want to mention is if anything in this video does not look familiar, it is because you have not been keeping up. Please check the description box below. You can find the links to the previous video as well as the playlist. I recommend the playlist because it will have everything that I've done so far with Labyrinth of Lies, which is based off the book Greek Symbol Mystery. And let's go ahead and get into the game, shall we? Providence fake? That's right, because we found out that one of the Providence documents might have been faked. I think we know which one is inaccurate with the information. We just need to figure out why it's inaccurate and how it happened. Alright, so with this task list, this is the hint system that I was referring to, and this is how I am going to show you how it works. There we go. Okay. So you saw that there was a box that said I need a hint, and that's basically how it works. You click on that and it gives you one simple hint. That's basically how it is for all of these. Just for some reason, I think I had already clicked on them for these. This is how the spoiler-free achievement works with it. I always thought that I didn't get the achievement because I used the hints, but I recently learned that to get the achievement, you can use the hints, you just can't use the red solution box. And that is actually the last hint, basically the last thing you get when you're using these hint bars. And see how it loads up like a loading bar when you're like installing a game? That's basically what this happens with every single hint until you get a red box, or at least a blue box with red letterings that says, I need a solution. That is basically your last resort when it comes to the hint system. You don't want to hit that if you want to get that spoiler-free achievement. But if you just have one simple hint like this one, yeah, there it is. I need a solution. I'm not going to click on it. But if there's the one hint like these two, that basically means you haven't achieved that part of the game yet to get a second hint, or it could be that there's just one hint for it. If the hint is too vague or too specific that you don't quite understand it, it is either because you're too far behind or too far ahead of the game because you've done other things that is part of that task but doesn't involve it until later on, if you get my meaning. My suggestion would just be to go ahead and play the game as usual until you get to a point where you actually do understand the hint and you'll be able to complete that task. So, since we are now done explaining these hints, let me actually see which ones we have completed from the previous video.
Can't check, still have, that's check, can't check, still can't check, still have to do that.
Wait, escape Tartarus? Oh, that's right, because we entered this room and found out that we're locked in. Yikes. Okay. And I think, yeah, this is a puzzle that we need to solve to get out. I'm not going to solve it just yet because I want to explore. So, what's over here? Ooh, what's this? To enter the workshop, you must understand arts. To understand arts, you must learn about the artist. The artist leaves fingerprints on all she touches. All leads back to arts. All leads back to creation. All circles connect. The line is always closed. Remember this and you will never forget how to create. Interesting. Ooh. Yeah, we need a key for that. That is a cool freaking door.
How am I going to get this unlocked?
Ooh, a different saying. Ooh, hey.
I need to figure out the key code.
Yeah, something tells me we're not going to find out until we super need it. Oh, hey. Another of these. Alright. Oh, shoot. Yes! We got a freaking Easter egg! Exit through the gift shop. Real smooth. I actually do remember one of the hints for the Easter eggs of it being in that tree, which is interesting. I know I don't have all my notes written for this game, which is weird considering I normally have everything down in my cheat book, but I do not have everything down for this particular game just because everything is always out of sorts and I don't know which stuff I actually need to enter in for the book. So, I think I might have an idea of what I will be putting in the book. I just need to confirm it with my old notes, which I did find. Where are my current notes that I've been using? Well, we can't complete this task over here that involves the water. So let's go ahead and check this little mini puzzle out, since that will help us get out of Tartarus. Excuse me. Alright, so it looks like we need to join hands. Do I have to do it in 5 moves? What the heck? Oh, heh. Alright. Whoops. There we go. There we go. Booyah. We're out! So I'm actually not going to check anything on these tasks because it will help me at the start of every single video. Oy. Okay, so...
I need to figure out the passcode before the alarm goes off.
Alright. I know it's got something to do with that hint system, that card that we found.
What are you doing?
Hi, Thanos. Frick! On the upper left corner. Got it. Upper left corner. No.
What are you doing?
What am I doing? I'm trying to figure out your mind, dude, because you're an artist. Oh wait, no, those are two separate streaks.
What are you doing?
Trying to figure out your freaking mind. Ugh! Oh my freaking gosh, I figured it out. Oy! Okay, well, that video just popped up. I need to be watching that so I can put it on the playlist. So let's explore. Ooh. Everything here is perfect and so beautiful. Sit still, little vase, and I will draw you. You should be in the sun, you would fade away in the light. But colors are meant to be seen in the sun. Maybe you only lasted so long because you were good at hiding. Why always war on the vases? Maybe the vases were like a news broadcast? Hey, have you seen the latest vase? No, I haven't. What's the story? The usual. There is war. There is not shirts. There is spears. We fight in straight lines because perspective is difficult. Do not think of making art. The artists were not making art. They were creating what pleased their eyes. See the pieces through their eyes. Walk around the museum again. Do not look with your own eyes. Look as another. Does this remind you of someone? If you aim to make art, you will fail. Aim to capture a life. Aim to capture a light. Aim to steal a thought from the air and build it in stone. Artists, photographers, if ever you're in a rut, read this. Oh my gosh. I must see the coins and the jewelry closer. Yeah, this is who I think it is. I cannot work on guesses alone, and the glare on the case is too much. Glass is such a stupid compromise. Glass can be broken. What's it for anyway? Would the masters have taken me as a student? Would they judge me as the rest have? Would they take pity on me? What have you... Whoa, what have you been doing, girl? Ooh. Something tells me... Ooh, we're taking charcoal. Can we find paper anywhere? Whoa, look at that piece of art. That is a piece of art. Yep, someone's making replicas.
These rules seem very strict. What is Niobe up to?
Niobe, good news. The donors are fine with the production using look-alike props, provided you agree to the rules I've outlined below. I think it's a very smart move to let the audience preview the works they'll be seeing inside following the show. workshop is yours until the end of the production's run. I can't wait to see what you can do. Scale. All reproductions must be scaled by a minimum of 10%. Detail. Identical detail work is not allowed on any reproduction. Foreground images can be sharp, background images may not be directly reproduced. For metalwork, the creation of an artificial patina is forbidden. Materials. We will provide all materials for your reproduction. Using any outside materials is expressly forbidden. It may seem intrusive, but we will be keeping an eye on this. Projected images. Real exhibit pieces may be photographed in high resolution for projector usage only. To avoid any confusion, certain images cannot be used in look-alike fired pottery. Please familiarize yourself with the list below. Unapproved images. Children, dogs, Sphinx, and Charon. I did not know those were unapproved back in the day. Approved images. Male figures, griffins, horses, gods, and soldiers. Well, yeah, go figure. If you have any questions, contact me directly. Finally, all reproductions will be destroyed following the final show. I tried to push back on that, but unfortunately that's the final word. First entry equals bookcase. Second entry, the cast in Greek alphabetical order. Eta long E as in tabby. Epsilon equals short A as in gardenia. Wait, did that just give me hints? What? I am writing this down because I don't know how I didn't see this before. Okay. Interesting. Okay.
I should figure out what this means first.
I think we already do. But we do need to know the words that we need to enter in, so. So we found that, but we're not finding paper. How the heck are we supposed to find paper? Oh, I know where we can find paper. I'm dumb. Oh. I forgot to mention, we can look at this. We don't have anything that we can use it on though, and it doesn't look like we can interact with it just yet. Alright. Hi Sharon. Look at your beady eye with no eye on the other. Alright, take me home.
What are you doing?
The remote. Give it to me.
No, I need it for my work.
Now!
Gosh dang it.
Do not come back!
Why not?
The stage wants you dead.
What?
You want me dead.
Can't you feel the floor is shaking? Do you know why that happens?
I assume it has something to do with the hydraulic lifts.
Not something, everything. The hydraulics are warming up for the show. The sets are not normally kept so far off the ground. They're not to be occupied unless they're locked into place on the stage.
But you're here.
I know what I'm doing, and you do not. Leave.
I partially know what I'm doing. Yeah. Jeez, that was a bit abrupt. Nuts. Hear ye, I do decree. Alright, women weren't allowed on stage back then. Oh, hey, we can do the... Yeah, you know what? I'm actually going to save here because I want to do this in the next video. We've already been playing long enough. Save here, please. Yes. Because doing all of these actually does clear an achievement, and I want to get that freaking achievement. Oh, bloop bloop. Wait. Oh, yeah. It's worth quitting. And I want to save again so that I don't make a freaking mistake. I talked way too much in the intro. I really hope I can condense that. Oi. I especially talked way too much when I was explaining the hint system. I don't know what's come over me today. Actually, no, I do know what's come over me. It is because I haven't done a video in over a month. So there is one thing that I have not brought up. Actually, no, I did bring it up, but I did not explain thoroughly. As I mentioned earlier, Labyrinth of Lies is based off a book called The Greek Symbol Mystery. It is actually a really good book. I actually want to tell you the plot of it. I can actually tell you what happens in like the first few chapters. The first chapter pretty much explains the cases that Nancy takes. Really, it's Nancy and her dad. Nancy's neighbor slash friend, Mrs. Thompson, asks her to check on her cousin because her cousin went missing, as well as his inheritance. Well, it's just missing inheritance. It's not really explained whose inheritance it is, which is weird because normally when it comes to inheritance, it normally is explained on who it belongs to. It's weird that they were vague about it in the beginning. And I think this is also her dad's case as well, because he wanted her to hear it from Mrs. Thompson. That's right, because he wanted her to know the details of it. Were they both going to Greece? Okay. Bess and George actually go with her. Ugh, so frustrating. So in the next video, we're not just going to be going through those jigsaw puzzles. We're going to be calling freaking Joe, find out what's going on with the information that we asked for. Yeah, that's why I mentioned that, because Bess and George were in the book, not freaking Joe. Of course, I don't think freaking Joe were created at the time. Actually, you should check that. Anyway, what's interesting is that when Nancy steps in Greece, when she goes shopping, not only is she accused of stealing, because the thief ends up putting the stolen object in her shopping bag, the Greece police, or Greek police, whichever you prefer, they automatically assumed she was the thief and automatically assumed that she was part of this gang that was stealing things. What? I don't know if things have changed in Greece nowadays, but what the heck? They didn't even let her explain, even when Bess and George chimed in to help defend her and explain that she was a detective where she is. It did not help things. It dug a deeper hole for her. They would not let her explain. They just assumed automatically and not let her explain her innocence in it. They just assumed her guilt, did not care about her innocence. It was so frustrating. She had to find evidence to show that she was innocent in the case. Oddly enough, that the item that was stolen was a mask from a museum. See the connection now? And there are a couple of other connections from book to the game. I'm not going to mention them though, because they're actually really important to the plot and much later in the book. So I highly suggest you check out the book. And if you don't own the book or your library doesn't have it, there is a way for you to check it out. And that link will actually be provided in the description box below. And when I say link, I really do mean it. I found a website earlier last year. I'm actually saying last year. Earlier last year, the entirety of the website is called Internet Archives. There's actually a bunch of different sections on Internet Archives, but there's one section called Open Library. It is basically like your local library. You're able to log out 5 books at a time. If you want to get a 6th book, you have to return one of those 5 to check out that 6th book. Each book you loan out, you get 14 days, 2 weeks of reading time. Super awesome. And the best part about it is that it's free. The only hink in this is that you have to create an account, and that is a-okay. They don't ask for your email, and if they do, it's just so that you can create your account. They don't send you any information, promotions, or anything like that, because I haven't received anything from them yet. I don't like getting freaking promotions. I don't like getting spam. I actually looked it up myself. Open Library has so many freaking Nancy Drew books, and they actually have Greek Symbol Mystery, which is why I'm providing a link in the description box below. Please check it out. And I've actually been talking way too much, so I gotta get going. Oi! I love you all so much, my beautiful kittens and viewers. I hope I helped you out at least a little bit in this video. If not, I am not doing my job. And I guess I will talk to you all in the next video, which I seriously hope will be Midnight in Salem. I've seriously been working on making more space on my computer, and hopefully I can get the game to run. And on that note, I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, smash that like button like a kitten would. And if you're just now tuning into this channel, go ahead and click that ugly red subscribe button, make it that beautiful gray, as well as that bell icon right next to it. That will notify you of all the videos that I do, which are on Tuesdays and Thursdays, as well as Sundays, and even Wednesdays, which are late videos, and vlogs, which rarely happen. And I hope you all have a great morning, afternoon, evening, or night, wherever you are in the world. I am Sweet Rascally Rabbit, saying goodbye. Stay awesome and stay on YouTube! Have you people never heard of closing the goddamn door? I write sins, not tragedies. Gosh freaking dang it. Why isn't that title in the freaking song? Makes no sense.